welcome back to our channel. We have a really exciting announcement. First, make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe to our channel, make sure you share. We are going to be revealing the villa that we chose to sign a 12-month lease at, and then telling you the process of how it went. So when you come here, you're not caught off guard with anything, and you know when something sounds off at the same time.
A lot of people, I think, were teetering between third option. This is from the latest video. Third option or fourth option. So good process of elimination. We end up choosing
villa number 3. So we ended up choosing villa number 3. Number 1 is because it's a new build. I've been hearing a lot of stories about people moving into villas and condos that are not new build, and then seeing a lot of insects or rodents, and having an issue with that. So we have children. We don't want any bugs. We don't want any rodents.
Right.
Like none of those horror stories that we've been reading and seeing about. So that was really, really important to us. Another reason is because the landlady is really, really flexible and easy to talk to. You know, when you are in a lease with somebody and something happens, you need to be able to communicate well with the person who owns the property so they can come and fix it. And we did have a really, really good communication with her. She's actually going to fully furnish the whole villa for us. So we didn't have to, figure out what we wanted and pay for that on top of the rent. So it's really sweet of her to do that.
The third thing was location. We felt like the place we chose is pretty close to the beach, walking distance of the convenience stores, like 7-Eleven. There's also night markets and little vendors outside of
Walking
the area
distance.
within
Yeah.
walking distance. We met a couple who lives in that area. They also mentioned that there is a gym that's 8 to 10 minutes.
Yeah, and it's a really nice gym too.
Yeah.
It's close to the beach. It's close to the Market Village. It's close to Blueport. It's just a really good location, but it's a new built neighborhood that is still cut off because it's not in all of the noise. You still gotta drive to it.
Exactly.
You get on the Pet Kasem Road, and then you drive to, most of those locations that I named, but we liked it. It's close, but then it's still like secluded a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
So we can still get that quietness when we come outside the house.
Right.
Yeah, it's really, really good location. Number 4 reason is the price.
Yeah, the price is good.
Our recommendation for you, if you are wanting to come out here to Thailand and get a long-term lease, always ask your landlord if you can lower your rent amount. Always ask if something, price could be dropped a little bit, because you never know. And we ended up asking, and we were able to drop it a little bit. So it was kind of unbeatable. We compare it to the other options that we ended up seeing.
Now the other options, if we want to move forward, leverage with tourism coming down a bit, that means there's a little bit more vacancies in places. Things aren't easily rented as it was maybe a year or two ago, even a couple months ago. Landlords, they want their places occupied. So the other places that we even looked at, they did say, they were willing to go down, and or at least negotiate. So if you're serious, if you're coming cash in hand and ready to make a move, you could save a couple thousand in baht a month, even if there's nothing wrong with the place. Just kind of shoot your shot. 12 months of rent plus. If you decide to renew or stay longer in a lease option, that's something the landlord doesn't have to cover anymore. So losing 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 baht,
You're helping them out.
You're still helping them out because you're covering the majority of it still. So we were able to do that, and in the other video talking about the places that we looked at, the bot amount was 25K listed, and we got it down to 23K, and we got it down fairly easy. It wasn't even a hard pull. You know, they came back to us an hour and a half later and said, yeah. So I was telling Lauren, I was like, wow, I wonder if we could have went lower, because you just never know.
That saying, closed mouths don't get fed. Ask.
Yeah,
there's no problem in asking, because you can't be afraid to hear no.
And even if we heard no, it was still a good price for the things we listed. Outside of price and location is the space. It's the space around the property a bit, and more so inside of it. You know, we wanted something that was a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, because that's been our setup for a while. Outside of our transitioning here, you know, we've been staying in places that's 2-bedroom and the kids been sharing. But for a long-term stay, we wanted them to have their own rooms.
Yeah, I think they deserve their own rooms, definitely.
Yeah, it helps with the day-to-day, having their own space. So that was a big thing. We needed something that had 2 bathrooms. We need our own bathroom.
Yes.
And we liked a nice open plan. In most of the places that we've just stayed since we've been together, whether it's long-term, like our primary residence, or places that we went on vacation to, like outside of a cruise, like we always liked places that had like an open concept. You could at least eat dinner or eat lunch, breakfast, and watch TV, like within the same kind of great area, great space. So we like that the dining room kind of table setup is in the grand room of the living room. You can see it from at least 2 bedrooms and the entrance of the door. So we like that layout.
I'm a sucker for having natural light.
Yeah.
So if you got a lot of windows in a house, it's just grabs me.
Yeah.
The colors also really do grab me. We really like that gray scale in a home, and it's new, so you don't gotta worry about what somebody else did prior. Like in the summer months, we don't have to worry if our AC unit is gonna fall, like, you know, give out, because it's been used for years and years. This is brand new built since sometime in 2025.
Yeah, I believe it's April. I think it's between 100 and 120 square meters. So that's somewhere around 1,100 to 1,300 square feet, which is pretty pristine for us being here.
A condo,
a condo would be a little smaller. If you're talking about the same price, it'd be a good amount smaller. It's tall ceilings, so we like that feeling.
We like those tall ceilings.
Yeah, it's, you know, it's the tray ceiling. It's kind of like just those architectural touches that make it feel homey to us.
Yeah.
And then to Lauren's point with the light, we went to go see the spot the next day, and saw it in the daytime.
Yeah.
And it drew us, I guess, more to it.
Yeah.
You know, just seeing it lit up.
Yes.
Yeah.
It looks really nice. So, yeah, I'm really excited to move in. The only con that I would give to the place is the fact that the kitchen is secluded, because we are used to the full open plan where the kitchen and then there's an island that I can cook, and then I can still see the TV and then, you know, kind of like host people, because I'm, you know, still around everybody. That's just how our houses were in America. That was something that drew us. And that's not something that we're gonna have here. The kitchen is closed off. You know, there's that wall, and then there's also a sliding door so you can keep the smells. So that is something that I'm gonna have to adjust to. It's not gonna be a hard adjustment. I'm just gonna have to put some music in there so I can still vibe while I'm cooking. But I'm really excited to start cooking in that kitchen, because it is great space. So I got space to cook, countertops, there's plenty of space, and then it is an electric stove. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
The groundkeeping is good, not only inside the property, but outside of it. It was nice and manicured, so it was very appealing.
We got a little patch of grass, so we still have some greenery.
Little patch of grass,
flowers,
little tree.
And a tree.
Yeah, so that we still don't have to worry about the maintenance of, so that would be part of the rent. Although it's not a lot, it's those little things that kind of was like, all right, no, that's cool.
Yeah.
That, they'll be taking care of that.
Talk about that process.
I wanted to discuss acquiring the property, and it was fairly simple and very easy. We were talking through a property management company. We didn't directly talk to the landlady. However, they both were very communicative. In the chain order, she talked to Daniel. Daniel talked to us, and he answered pretty responsibly.
Yeah, that would be how the process is for the entirety of the lease. So it's a 12-month lease that we signed. We paid directly to the landlady.
Correct.
So we have her account information. We go to the bank and we give the money.
Correct.
Each month.
Mm-hmm.
But if we need anything fixed or adjusted or cleaned or added, we would speak through text to Daniel, who is the agent. So we communicate to him and we directly give the money to her.
It should be showed and shared in the lease that you sign. It should never be directed in the lease to another entity outside of landlord or landlady. Their information should be in the lease. So obviously look out for that. We've been hearing a lot of scams, whether you're moving the same day or it's months ahead. People are paying people who don't exist, entities who don't exist.
We would recommend that you first wait to see the place.
That's a big thing.
You gotta see it in person, because there's a lot of scams that people just paying for a place that they see on Facebook Marketplace, and it's not actually the way that they thought it was gonna be. Like how the pictures depict it is not correct, or it doesn't exist at all. Then you never hear back from them and you don't get your money back. So we just recommend to see the place first. Some people say you wait to pay all of your money up once you get the keys that day, or like the way we did it is we just paid the deposit. So we can hold the location, the house, and then in January when we get back, that's when we pay our first month. If you're moving in immediately, then yes, don't make that payment until you actually are getting the key in hand.
Everything should be done in person. We signed it over the laptop, but he still came to our place, did a hard copy signature. He counted the deposit amount in front of us, so this was all hand to hand in person. And while we felt comfortable, although we signed the lease prior to us moving in the same day or the next day, we felt comfortable because we saw that Jansen Properties was an actual entity. I saw the sign, or I guess Lauren saw the sign first, at the restaurant that we go to. I also Googled and looked them up. And then we actually met with Daniel as a representative on a few places that he dealt with multiple owners on. And then we actually saw the place. There was a comfort and a confidence in doing that. Also, we still talk to Daniel about other things that we're thinking about adding to the home and our preparation of getting into the home. He also talks to us outside of the responsibility of being an agent. He shares his places to eat and things like that. So there's a relationship building there that, doesn't seem fake or based on us just throwing him money. He even pushed the fact that although he is willing, like Lauren said, to take our month-to-month rent if there is an issue, he pushed the fact and said, hey, you simply just get a Thai bank account, and then once you do that, get the app, and it's an easy transfer. So he pushes the fact to directly send
don't
your monthly
include
rent.
him in the money unless we absolutely have to if there's an issue. Do you remember what the late fee is?
I think after day 1,
yes,
there is a late fee that occurs. I'm gonna assume, because I don't remember, it's somewhere around 100 to 150 baht per day. It's 700 baht per day. Mm-hmm. That's pretty expensive. Yeah. So that's like $19 to $20. It's pretty expensive.
Come out here, pay your rent.
Prepared, yeah.
Pay your rent on the day you need to pay your rent.
On the day or day before, if the first, because they don't do any prorations, right? If the first is going to be coming up on a weekend, or like a Sunday, maybe a Monday, then handle it Friday. It's kind of the approach that we're going to take and the approach that we've taken before.
The approach that everyone should be taking if you're paying rent. We want to make sure we pay our bills on time.
On time, on
so
time.
Just to let you know, because we know in America there are instances where we've rented and they've given you a grace period to if you have to pay rent on the 1st, they give it you to the 3rd. Right. And then after the 3rd, that's when your late fee is added on. Here, no. Day 1st, the 2nd day,
late.
Yeah. No grace period at all. So make sure you keep track of your days.
Yeah. There's differences with leasing in the States and so far in this process leasing here. There's going to be more grace, so to speak, in the States, on paper at least, because they want people to come and rent the spot. They know they're asking for anywhere from 3 to 4 times rent up front to start your lease. But there's also a credit check involved with being in the States. So even if you're late and even if you pay those fees, that's still documented on your credit report, which can hold you and penalize you on moving from that property to rent another property, or even worse, being able to buy a house because of your rental history at your prior stay. Even if you're late and pay those fees, the American economy is set up to where credit reporting is the end-all be-all to just getting ahead, right? Or just moving along and maintaining, overhead. Here, it's different. There's no credit. So in the process with getting the place, they don't ask you for an employment check. In conversation, they're like, "What do you do for work?"
Yeah, they
and
just
ask.
And you just say, whatever you want.
Blah, 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 right? There's no document checking, no bank forms. How you working with, they know that we've came here and we're not fully established with a Thai bank, with a Thai phone number just yet, but we have the deposit.
Be responsible. You got a budget. Don't get into something that you can't afford.
For one. Yeah, that's for one. That's a big thing of why we chose that place, because although all 4 options can work.
Right. It can all work.
It can work.
It's always good to be safe.
Yeah.
Just in case, because we don't know what else is going to pop up.
Correct.
We just don't ever know.
Especially since we have kids.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. Just being flexible and cost of living, flexible in expenses. It's a big reason why we chose that spot. But on the credit thing, they don't ask you for none of that stuff. Nothing is brought up about that, and that's just that's a testament to their culture. They're very, I would say, and I could be using the wrong term, but there's a trust factor in 100%. Them signing the lease. They don't know us.
They don't know us at all, but they trust us. Yeah. Everybody, when Thai people first meet you, they trust you initially. As they trust that you're a good person.
Sure, yep.
Until you prove them wrong.
Right.
But Thai people are also very forgiving too.
Right.
So, but don't use that in the wrong way and just start taking advantage of people.
Exactly. In the lease, you also have to document, right? Because with being overseas and expat and whatever, you have a TM30 that you have to keep track of and all that stuff. Even if you have a long-term visa, they do have your passport information. So you still are documenting. They're not just giving it out willy-nilly. Yes, if you have the deposit, right, you're just one step ahead than anybody because you have money to front. But they're still tracking, your information, right?
Yeah.
As they should, because you don't originate from this country. But that's why they exemplify a high late fee, because there's no credit checking, stuff like that. I mean, they have your passport information, which could be more detrimental than credit check. I mean, if you leave, right, and if you leave on bad standards, they have your passport information, right? They could detain you at the border or whatever.
Yes.
So it can get crazy.
They do that.
Yeah, it's a judgment call on both ends. You know, I feel like Daniel, and he went back to the landlady, you know, had a conversation like we had a conversation to ourselves about moving forward, and I think both parties, both entities, you know, felt good about one another, and that's really the key. You know, they feel like we can pay on time and monthly, and we feel like we can be good tenants, and you know, it was easy peasy.
We're trusting that the house is in good standing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So to wrap it up, that $23K in the current conversion, that's around $717, $718 a month. So our rent is looking at under $720 for base rent. For overhead, we add the internet, water, and electric. We're looking to pay around $26,000 by a month, which equates to $805, $810. So our overhead will hover around $800 a month for a family of four, which is a blessing.
Incredible.
Which, yeah, you just can't beat that. And that was a good deciding factor on us looking to set up shop here for, you know, longer than 6 months because of the cost of living. It gives us that flexibility to still travel somewhere else while pay rent. It gives us that flexibility to do our day-to-day stuff here while pay rent and pay it on time.
Peace of mind. $800 a month for a family of four to live in a new built home. Each person has their own bedroom, 1,200 square feet.
It's about, yeah. It's a rare find in most places in the world, really.
It's hard not to choose that option, honestly.
For sure.
Because the price was unbeatable.
And we guesstimate that overhead simply because it is a new build. Like Lauren said, right? There's big bright windows, so on the you know, the sunniest of days, right, you're gonna get nice light. That means you don't have to use the lights that much. There's a washing machine. We wash once or twice a week. The consumption won't be that high. And especially in the
cooler months,
the rainy season.
Like now.
Yeah, you don't even need to really run the AC.
Have the windows open.
We look at efficiency use in places, and that's why we like new build, so we don't have to incur high utilities. Overall, great option to us.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Definitely. If you have any other questions, please put them in the comments so we can continue the conversation.
Remember to like, subscribe, share this video, do all those things to help support us for the free. If you feel moved, join our community. It's in our bio. And if you're looking to travel, check out our SafetyWing affiliate link. It's in the description and our channel bio, as it is a great source for nomadic insurance. We can't wait to see you guys out here if you are planning your move for 2026.
We are excited.
Yeah, for sure. So as always, we'll see you in the next video. Peace.